Welcome back! If you thought bland airplane food was the worst part of flying, you're about to be horrified. We stopped last time right before diving into the truly insane secrets of air travel. Today, we're starting with a fact that will make you rethink everything you touch on a plane. Get ready for fact number 6, the hidden germ lab. Fact number 6 reveals that your tiny fold-down tray table is statistically the filthiest surface on the entire aircraft. Studies have shown these trays harbor more bacteria per square inch than the average toilet flush button. Think about that next time you eat directly off of it, or watch someone change a baby's diaper right there. The problem lies in the turnaround time. Airlines often rush to clean and prepare planes for the next flight, prioritizing things like seatbelt checks and emptying trash. Deep sanitation of high-touch surfaces like tray tables is typically only done once a day or even less frequently. And it's not just the tray table. The air vents above your head, the seatbelt buckle, and especially the seat back pocket are all major culprits in spreading germs. Many travelers use that pocket as their personal tissue dispenser, leaving a nasty surprise for the next passenger. So, what can you do? This fact is your wake-up call. Never board a flight without a pack of disinfectant wipes, and meticulously clean your personal area before settling in. Consider this your new, mandatory pre-flight routine. Now, let's move on to the terrifying truth about your in-flight safety. Fact number 7 is the one your logical brain struggles to accept, because it deals with true in-flight emergencies. We're talking about those yellow oxygen masks that drop down in the event of cabin depressurization. How long do you think that life-saving air supply lasts? A full hour, 30 minutes? The shocking truth is that the masks only supply oxygen for approximately 12 to 15 minutes maximum. For most people, this fact triggers immediate panic. Why would they provide such a limited supply during a life-or-death scenario? Isn't that a massive safety failure? The simple, non-panic-inducing answer is that this duration is completely intentional. An aircraft experiencing a depressurization event has 15 minutes. That's the standard threshold to descend below 10,000 feet. At that altitude, the oxygen generator is no longer needed because the air is naturally breathable. This small window of time is why flight attendants are trained to repeat one crucial instruction. Put your own mask on first before assisting others. Every second counts. Delaying even for a moment can lead to hypoxia and loss of consciousness, making you useless to yourself and the person you want to help. Knowing that pilots have a 15-minute window puts immense pressure on the flight deck. What other critical pressures are pilots dealing with that they never mention to passengers? Our next secret deals with what happens when the flight deck goes completely silent. Fact number 8 reveals a strict, life-saving protocol that airlines never mention to passengers, but which is followed on virtually every commercial flight. This fact is all about food, but the stakes are much higher than bad flavor. Pilots are forbidden from eating the exact same meal as their co-pilot. This isn't just about personal preference or a desire for variety. This protocol is in place to prevent a single point of failure in the cockpit: food poisoning. If both pilots consume the same contaminated food, they could both become incapacitated mid-flight, leading to a catastrophic scenario. To ensure safety, pilots are typically served 2 distinctly different meals from the catering service. Furthermore, they are often required to eat at different times during the flight. This staggering of meals creates a window of time for symptoms to appear in one pilot, alerting the other to the danger. While the co-pilot rule is strict, cabin crew members usually don't adhere to the same stringent rules. They are often allowed to eat the same crew meals or even select passenger meals. The rationale is that the cabin crew isn't directly responsible for flying the plane, but their safety is monitored. This level of redundancy shows how seriously airlines take flight safety. But what happens when an accident does occur? We all know about the black box, but fact number 9 reveals a critical misconception about this device that can rewrite history. The black box, the iconic symbol of air disaster investigations. Fact number 9 is a simple revelation. The so-called black box is not actually black. It is, in fact, always painted a high-visibility international orange or yellow color. This is not a secret, but a massive misconception the media has perpetuated. The reason for the brightly colored exterior is purely practical: ease of recovery. The black box, which actually contains 2 separate units, the cockpit voice recorder (CVR) and the flight data recorder (FDR), must be easy to spot among the debris, both on land and deep underwater. Beyond the color, these recorders are designed to withstand unbelievable forces. They can survive intense heat, over 1,100 degrees Celsius for an hour, and massive impacts. They are encased in hardened steel or titanium shells, protecting the sensitive memory units inside. Even when submerged deep in the ocean, the black box is equipped with a pinger, or an underwater locator beacon, ULB. Once activated by water, this beacon emits a high-frequency ultrasonic pulse every second for at least 30 days, aiding search teams in recovery. So, while the name black box is misleading, its function is critical. But let's move from disaster to routine maintenance. Fact number 10 covers a part of the plane you see every time you land, yet you never notice this crucial detail. Fact number 10 requires you to look closely at the undercarriage of a plane as it lands. You've probably never noticed it, but every single tire on a jet features tiny holes drilled into the tread. These are not manufacturing defects. They are a crucial safety feature that prevents catastrophic tire failure. These small perforations are called vent holes or venting holes. Their primary purpose is to allow trapped air and gases to escape during the retreading process, ensuring the structural integrity of the tire layers. But they serve an even more critical secondary function. When an aircraft tire is manufactured, air can sometimes be trapped between the various rubber layers. If this trapped air were to heat up and expand during a high-speed landing, it could cause the layers to separate, leading to a blowout. These holes vent the air, equalizing the pressure throughout the tire structure. This safety feature extends the life of the very expensive aircraft tires, which can cost tens of thousands of dollars each. It's incredible how much safety relies on such small details. Speaking of critical components, fact number 11 deals with the most valuable commodity on the plane: fuel. Do pilots really land with the minimum amount of fuel needed? Fact number 11 tackles the myth that airlines constantly try to run flights on a bare minimum of fuel to save money. This is a common public misconception, but the actual rules and protocol are far more complex and stringent. Airlines are legally required to carry much more than the bare minimum. Every flight must carry enough fuel for 5 mandatory components: fuel to reach the destination, fuel to fly to an alternate airport, 30 minutes of holding fuel, contingency fuel for unforeseen circumstances, and finally, extra discretionary fuel requested by the pilot. However, there is a legitimate incentive to carry less weight. Fuel itself is extremely heavy, and carrying extra fuel burns more fuel. This is the constant economic and safety trade-off airlines manage, but safety always dictates a generous margin, legally. In rare, catastrophic emergency situations, particularly those demanding an immediate return to the airport after an abrupt takeoff, an aircraft may find itself dangerously overweight. This critical excess weight exceeds the maximum structural landing weight, MLW, posing a severe risk to the airframe, landing gear, and braking systems upon impact. Fact: to counteract this, many state-of-the-art, large-capacity, wide-body aircraft are meticulously engineered and equipped with a dedicated fuel jettison system, a feature essential for safety. This complex system permits the flight crew to safely and efficiently dump highly flammable fuel in a predetermined high altitude and designated safe air corridor far away from populated areas, with the explicit goal of rapidly reducing the total aircraft weight to within the certified limits, thus ensuring a significantly safer landing maneuver. The level of intricacy and pre-planning that defines the calculation of the precise fuel load for any given flight is, quite frankly, astounding. This involves sophisticated algorithms factoring in route, weather, potential delays, and reserve requirements. But let us now conclude our series by focusing our attention on the most critical and physically demanding element of the flight profile: the landing itself. Our final, and perhaps most surprising, fact reveals the absolutely shocking truth about the layered and powerful systems planes actually employ to come to a complete stop on the runway. Fact number 12 stands as the ultimate secret we are revealing today. You observe the massive structure smoothly meet the tarmac, you hear that sudden powerful engine roar, and your natural assumption is that the wheels' simple brake pads similar to those on your family car, only much larger, are solely responsible for the deceleration. This, we must inform you, is a complete and total illusion. The physical wheel brakes are actually the third most important and prioritized way a commercial plane arrests its incredible speed. The primary and most dominant method for achieving rapid, controlled deceleration is the intelligent use of the thrust reversers. These ingenious systems are immediately deployed upon touchdown, violently redirecting the engine's powerful, high-velocity exhaust forward, effectively acting as massive air brakes. This immediate, powerful reversal of force slows the massive plane dramatically and instantaneously upon its first contact with the runway. That sudden, deafening, and powerful roar you hear moments after touchdown is the unmistakable sound of the engines working overtime to stop, utilizing every ounce of power not to speed up but to push the aircraft backward against its forward momentum. The secondary, but equally crucial, aid in this complex process is the dynamic array of large, articulated panels situated on the upper surfaces of the wings. These are technically known as spoilers or speed brakes, and they dramatically and instantly pop up right after the main landing gear touches the surface. The purpose of these spoilers is twofold. They immediately kill the lift that is being generated by the wings, and they simultaneously and dramatically increase the overall aerodynamic drag. This combined effect effectively forces the entire weight of the plane firmly onto the runway, which is essential to maximize the efficiency and grip of the wheel brakes, preparing them for their eventual roll. The actual wheel brakes, the ones that utilize friction and work much like the braking system on your personal car, constitute the third and final system. They remain undeniably crucial, especially for the precision slowing of the plane as it proceeds along the significantly longer taxiways and approaches the gate. However, they are a resource often meticulously saved for the lower speeds to prevent a host of issues, including catastrophic overheating, rapid and costly tire degradation, and the significant risk of potential system failure under excessive load. Now, with this comprehensive understanding, you finally know the complete, unvarnished truth about the intricacies of air travel, spanning from the processes involved in preparing the food you consume to the complex physics defining the way you safely stop. You are now officially an informed, savvy traveler. If you feel like you just absorbed more knowledge about the mechanics of flying than you did across your last 10 typical flights combined, please do us a favor and smash that like button. And whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe for the immediate release of our next explosive series, 5 Airport Secrets They Hide from Travelers. Thank you profoundly for watching this educational video, and I will be sure to see you in the next one.